So, as we continue, one of our flight attendants had to go on her layover. Jackie had to leave, but we're going to continue the conversation with Tamara and Nancy Dassy. Nancy Dassy. But one of the things also, that we want to talk about, like how we like to liken it sometimes is our wings have been clipped. But this is not going to stop us. We still soar. We still going to move forward, and it may look different. I know you were speaking something about different things that have impacted you or how this feels.
So in the beginning was March when everything really kind of I literally was the last class of the current training, schedule looking crazy, trips falling off. I'm like, oh my goodness, this was the year that I'm supposed to work 130 hours every month.
Never.
Look. Never happened. But I wanted to, I had a goal that I wanted to reach by the end of the year. So I needed to made plans, work that much, and I was going to be okay. Now it's like, oh, yeah, the lines are, 70 or whatever. I'm like, that is not the money that I calculated. That's not what I planned on. So now I'm home in the house, couldn't get unemployment to work. So I was really like, oh, okay, what am I going to do? Finally, unemployment kicks in.
Thanks, Ayana. Just say hi. This is Ayana. Hi. She's been helping us out today. See, something comes up. People just pop in the shot, right? Thank you, Ayana.
Thank you, Ayana.
Ladies want anything?
No, thank you.
Okay. Let's just say bye to Jackie one more time. Bye, Jackie.
Bye, Jackie.
We love you. Be safe, okay? We'll talk to you soon.
So now you're in the house. But the money you were thinking about, you don't have, but then it's like, I'm in the house. So I started looking on the bright side. Okay, I'm in the house. Now my 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't say, Mom, can we go skating today? Can we go to the movies? Can my friends come over? Now I'm spending money on sleepovers. Now we doing all this other stuff. And then the summertime was coming, and that means vacations and everything. What I was used to doing, the money that I normally would be spending, I was not. So now I'm saving. Now it's like, that's all I had to do was just sit down for a minute. And now that 130 hours that I felt I needed to do during the year, even though this is the craziest thing to happen, to sit home and not work, I still reached my goal.
Wow.
So that's the blessing in disguise with we're in the house, you can't do anything, everything is closed, and it's like, well, now I don't have to spend any money on anything. I'm watching people on Instagram creating their businesses.
Yes.
Newfound treasures. My father, speaking on him, this man has literally revamped the entire house. Construction zone.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
A lot of people did that.
We did part of our home. Nancy did move.
Yes, I bought a new home, and then we did part of our home too.
Things that needed to be done and goals that needed to be achieved, even though the situation's unfortunate, there was something good out of it, which I could say for myself. And like I said, my dad, I saw that. And then on the other hand, my mom's house caught on fire.
Oh my goodness.
Lost almost everything in July. And then the only thing that I could see was like, you know what? I'm glad she's here.
She made it out of that, right?
She wasn't there. Everything is still okay, even with all the drama. Like I said,
but our point of view has changed.
Point of view has changed on what life really is and how to appreciate.
I think the little things. The slowdown. Like sometimes it's like be still. Be still and listen. And just, we take things for granted.
We do.
Like we said, flexibility. But flexibility for some was not working today, but I'm going on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm going to Carnival. Oh, baby girl wants to go away. Last summer, let's go away. Where can we do a mommy-daughter trip? Went to Paris. And when I look at that, I'm grateful because we went to Paris.
We are so blessed.
And but with that said, it's you go. I got a trip. I'm off. Where you going today? You're jet set. You're doing this. Ooh, I'm off. Where we go? But you're still going. Even when you're off, there's like no downtime. And you take things for granted. And sometimes the arrogance and the pompousness that goes with it. And sometimes it's like, I'm shutting. And that's not just our industry. That's across the board with everybody that's just doing 5 and 6 jobs. And you're just not taking care of you. Right. And sometimes it's like, all of it got shut down.
Stay still, and that means not working also, because some people are just overachievers and working, and staying still makes you realize, oh my God, I'm spending time with my family.
Right.
God says, sit down.
COVID pushed you out of your comfort zone. Everybody got pushed out of their comfort zone. Everybody, if you were busy working to get away from the family, guess what? You're out of your comfort zone. You know, if you thought that you had everything, guess what? You're out of your comfort zone, you know. So now, sometimes out of your comfort zone is where you find your peace and where you find your happiness.
I call it the lotus effect. Like lotus flowers are at the bottom, and generally when they are fully bloomed, they float on the top of the water, and they float on. They just go.
And that's when you see their beauty.
Right, and that's when they're the most beautiful, when they're just sitting on the top and they're floating through. Like, and one of my sayings on my show is, and in my life, not just my show, and I'm sorry I said that, push through the pain. And that's what we're doing collectively. You're flying. But it's not easy because now you're flying with people you've never seen before.
Goodness.
Things look so
different.
different.
It's a different world. The passengers you're getting are not passengers that are used to flying. They have expectations that are not really realistic, and they are not afraid to voice it. So
very angry.
Yes. And the thing is, we are taught to smile, and that's our job. But we have our own stress going on, and so now you have to calm someone down that is being irrational, because you do have some.
Just like everybody else is losing people and COVID is affecting them.
Yes.
Yeah. COVID's affecting you, but you still got to show up with a smile and comfort all these passengers.
I've flown passengers that are flying because a family member died from COVID. And in that same flight, you have a person who refuses to put on a mask. On a flight where you have someone crying on the first row because they're going, and then 10 rows down, your mask is over here, and I have to tell you 20 times, please put your mask over your nose. Because we have to. Yes.
So, me. And this, we teach our kids to share, right? So, it's kind of like, you were taught this.
Right.
What are you missing about now you have to share this space with someone else that you cannot grasp that, I have to do it.
You're doing something for someone else, something you don't like for someone else. And that's become a big issue flying. It's a big issue. Also, you kind of feel bad because, you know, a lot of my friends are gone. Some of them just decided not to come back anymore. These are people that I've had amazing moments with.
That's just about when they started to announce that this change was going to come. People that I've known my entire career was like, got their package and said, I'm out. Because it's like, at some points you've put in so many years, and with your age, you're like, I can't deal with the stress. I can't commute like this. This is just, it's too much. So, and how flight attendants work, when you reach a certain level of seniority, which I believe we all have, you get to pick your schedule. So you know what you like to fly, and chances are you're flying with the same people very frequently. So when you show up to work, you're happy because you're like, oh, my girl is on the flight. Oh, we have a layover here. Don't drop the trip. We're going to be there. Now you're just showing up, and it's like, who are you? And you're not getting a lot of trips, so you can't even drop stuff or trade.
You can't drop anything. You have to do what you have to do, and it's a different crowd. And the flight, a lot of the flight attendants that were furloughed were the brand new ones. They give us a different outlook. That's why I say we miss you guys, because, you know, we've been there a certain amount of time, and mind you, I'm not that senior. There are people more senior than I, but when you see the young ones and they're so excited, and, you know, even the makeup, everything, well, we're wearing our clogs.
Look, they show up, and I'm like, oh,
you're so cute. No, but honestly, you think, well, before it was just kind of like, oh God, here they come with all their enthusiasm. And then now it's kind of like, I miss that. I am. But now I miss it. I'm just like, wow, I miss the faces. I miss the smiles. I miss the excitement. You know?
My heart really goes out to the new hires, because I remember when I first came in, that excitement level that you're on, and you're looking forward to these trips, and you're like, I landed my dream job. And as nervous as they are, they're always full of energy. And now it was just snatched. So to all our junior flight attendants, special shout out to you, because I know this is difficult. You left maybe a secure job to come back to United, to come to United.
Yeah.
You threw what you had in your hand, throw it away to come here, and now this is what, but we'll be back. We will be back. Get the job you need to get now to survive, but just hold on knowing we're going to come back and we'll be better than we were before. Different, but better.
And we'll be more understanding.
Right.
You know?
And
we miss you guys.
and thank you especially, because you're still there holding it down. And you're dealing with COVID like everybody else, but then you're still coming home to take care of family.
Oh my, that's another yes. Because I have little ones, and so I come home and I'm like, stay back.
Stay back.
Don't touch me.
Mommy's gonna strip at the door.
Ooh, right? Stay back. And you know, my daughter, I think they pick up the anxiety that they see on TV. So my daughter never had anxiety about me flying, and now she keeps telling me, why do you have to go? Why do you have to go? So every time I go on a trip, I have to calm her down first. Or sometimes, I hate to do it, but sometimes I have to try to leave without her seeing me.
Yeah. Right. My daughter and my mom actually requested, when we saw it was getting bad in March, for me not to go to work. And that's because I am asthmatic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they kept, they telling you,
you're at risk.
You're at risk and everything else. And I was like, I mean, what can I do? It's just me. It's just me and you. Like, somebody has to do it. But then he was working. God was working out for me. Every single trip that I had until I didn't have a line anymore got canceled.
Right.
So I didn't have to go. I didn't have to call out sick.
Right.
It was just flowing, enough for me not to have to worry about, man, if I do get sick and it is bad, and then my mother and my daughter ask me not to go, that burden of.
And if you get sick, those are the people that's going to have to take care of you, and then it's an extra burden on them.
Extra burden on them. So it is a lot. Like I put my little cotton candy on the outcome of it, but it's still, it's hard, and it's something to think about. And
I think wherever we land, whatever that looks like in a year, in 2 years, whatever that new thing looks like for us, and for some of us, truth be told, it may not be at the airlines. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, we want to come back. That's what we know. We're comfortable.
But what if you find something better that you enjoy more?
You don't know what your blessing is.
Right.
Yes.
And sometimes, as cliche as it sounds, a door has to close
in order for
because you're not going to close it. There's something that's in here stirring up, like, I want to do this, but I got this. Let me just not even worry about that. And sometimes it's like, you're not going to shut the door?
Right.
Okay. It gets slammed in your face. Now you have no choice but to say, let me rock with this. Let me see where this takes me.
Because conversations with your family, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And my friend is like, this is the time. She was like, you
take advantage.
You have the time to do it. What are you waiting for?
There's a guy I follow on Instagram, Wallow, and I follow him for inspiration.
The one that's loud talking.
Yeah, and what he says, what is his last saying? And it's just like that, And it's weird because the first time I saw him, I was like, whoa. Whoa, but when you listen to the message every single time, like I make a point every morning, I wait to see one of his posts because it literally feels like he is talking to me. What are you waiting for? Yeah, you. That's how he be all up in your face. Yeah, you. What are you waiting for? No. Oh, that dream, that plan, you waiting for the blueprints? You waiting to write something out? You think it's going to happen? No, just get up and do it. Get up. Why are you still in the bed? People that's making moves, they're already up. You still in the bed? Oh, you did. Every time there is a message, and even during the election, he's talking about, vote. Yeah, vote. Yeah, they have candidates. Why don't you vote on you?
That's true.
Every time. And I'm like, when he's speaking about it, I'm looking at it like, here's a man who told his whole story, who wasn't afraid to say, I went to prison. I made a mistake. I did what I did. I served my time, and now he's out. He's hungry. He's making moves. And he's like, ain't nobody giving you nothing. Nobody owes you nothing. Stop thinking people owe you. Go get it. Go do what you have. And it's not going to fall in your lap. And it's not going to be easy. So, yeah, your job is gone. Okay. So now, what do you think? The airline's supposed to be like,
you can't just stay home and do nothing.
We don't have money for you right now, but we're gonna. Nobody, you got to make whatever you need to make happen for you. You've got to make it happen for you.
And you have to live outside the box.
I've met some amazing.
Yes.
I will say this. Through this, I've made amazing connections, and I've heard amazing stories. So that thing I'm talking about, push through the pain. People are going through some real, like, this is a job. This is a career.
Mm-hmm.
People are losing family members
Yes.
and have to push through.
Yeah.
You know, even our executives, they're making these decisions that we can't keep you right now.
Yeah.
They still have their lives at home. You know, that they're being, you know, so I'm not, ooh, the executives, ooh, hurrah. They're people and they're being.
Everybody has their story.
Everybody has their story.
We just don't know what everybody's going through. All I can speak
Exactly.
on, you know,
It's your own story.
my own story. and
Right.
What it is for me.
Yeah.
Now it's on our front door and we're like, wow. And then, oh, I can't come around. And you're like, then you start like, does my chest hurt?
Yes.
You know, then we start thinking.
Yes, like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
I was like, I'm not forever be a germ to everybody.
You imagine that this generation grown up, the children of this generation grown up, when I watch a movie now, remember we used to watch movies and kids would be making out or drinking from each other's bottles.
No.
I watch it and I go, oh, he drank?
Back in the day, Halloween, bobbing for apples.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And you see
imagine that?
and the chewed up apple and you still go after them?
Oh. That's why now, I wasn't like that before, but I watch movies and I'm just like, I'm horrified. I'm like, they drink from the same cup.
Right. And it's like, this
it's a change.
where
It's a
we
huge
are.
change, you know?
And it's...
But other generations have had plagues, other generations have had wars. I do think, though, chaos always brings change. And depending on how you conduct this chaos, because even chaos can be controlled. It can bring positive change. So, but it's up to us,
like that.
you know, how you can
end on that. Chaos can bring positive change.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to end the segment. So once again, thank you, ladies, and I hope to see you again on another show.
Yeah.
If something's coming up, see you again soon.
Thank you.
We're good.